Hi, everybody.
Yo, 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 yo.
Welcome to another episode of We Love Ghosts podcast. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Look, you already got your tree up already in the back.
You know, my family, listen, I fought as hard as I could for the honor of Thanksgiving, but that night, as soon as the dinner was done, I I had to surrender. I had no more argument. Yeah.
That is so funny. That is
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, welcome everybody to the Way Love Ghosts podcast. Happy Friday. I'm your girl, Tierra Monique, and my brother from another mother is
Don D's, Don D's.
Don
What's up?
Deezy. Don
What's up?
Deezy.
What's
We are so
up?
happy that you all have joined us today for another episode of the Wheel of Ghosts podcast. Before we get into anything, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And share it to all your friends, your sister, your brother, your mother, your enemy, everybody. Just share,
Tell them
share,
all.
to subscribe and like, comment. Welcome Toya and Carol. Don't
Hey,
forget,
hey.
y'all, share to all people too. Don't just be selfish. Don't leave it all to yourself. Share it to
Hey, don't
everybody.
just share all the love to yourself now.
Yeah. So before we get into the podcast today, let's do a little quick check-in. How you doing, my brother?
Ma'am, I am doing all right. Just counting down the days to these kids to get off of school, so I don't have to keep driving them in every morning. But we're all in the countdown together now. We're all in the countdown together at this point because they want to go to their grandparents' house and hang out there. I'm very happy to push them off onto my parents. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for me.
Yeah, you count on it. They just got off the Thanksgiving break. And you're already.
But this one's gonna be good because I can push them off. You know, like we can share the energy with others. You know, the grandparents they want to be with them just as much as they want to be with the grandparents, and I would also want that as well. So we're gonna facilitate that.
Yeah. I understand
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
I'm with you. I'm like, I mean, I still have to get up in the morning, but it's different when you can just get up and just chill and not have to drive.
You just do your thing, right?
Right. We thank God for school, but this time of year, you just want a real good break. You want a real good break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice solid break.
That's what's up. Nice solid.
How about you?
Okay. I'm good. I'm pre-birthday gaming. Hey. Birthday is
tomorrow. Hey. Exactly.
Young 41. Turning 41 years old.
The young 41.
I didn't cut it. I just washed it and slicked it back because I didn't have time to blow dry my hair and do anything. I'm scared to cut my hair this short, girl. I'm not ready. But thank gel, I can slick it back, put a little hot ponytail on the back, and call it a day. But I'm like ready for the weekend to start. I'm just ready. I mean, any day that God gives you, I'm just thankful. So,
amen.
I'm ready to celebrate. I'm not turning up, but I am gonna turn something.
You're turning 41.
I'm turning 41, but I'm gonna have a good old time. I think
you're gonna turn up. You're gonna turn in.
I'm gonna turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn in. I realized I want to keep it simple this year. I think last year I was like, oh yeah, I'm turning 40, and this year it's like, even though I wanted to do a lot. I just want to just go have dinner with friends and laugh it up and have a good time. Even though I'm still going to go to DC next week because I want to go to the National African American Museum up there.
Oh yeah,
other than that, just have a good time. You don't always have to do the most as far as the turn up in order to enjoy your birthday. You can still enjoy your birthday with a little turn down, like a little turn up, but not
turn over in the bed and get more rest. You did,
right? Yeah. I know that's right. So my brother's birthday is Sunday, so we are like, we're not twins, but we're like 2 years and a day apart. So that's how we always do it. So we'll celebrate his birthday on Sunday. So I'm just happy. I'm in the birthday season. I haven't put up my Christmas stuff up yet, like you yet. But I got some stuff. I went through some boxes and I found I got this from my mom. She was giving away a lot of stuff. She buys a lot of knickknacks. So I ended up getting this for her when she was throwing stuff away. So I'm gonna slowly but surely start decorating the house for Christmas, but just not yet.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah, probably next weekend, maybe.
I'm fancy with my water.
All right. I see. I pour my water in a wine glass.
Oh shoot! Okay, you didn't did me up. You didn't beat me though. But got this tea to sip today. Happy birthday! Yeah. Water too, everybody. Don't be having me out there looking crazy.
Well, I had wine in mine. I'm not gonna lie. I had wine in mine earlier. I had a little glass of wine, and I said, "Well, let me drink some water." Because you gotta balance it out.
Balance it out. So, I'll be on here talking to somebody half gone.
No, not off of one. Maybe two, but not one.
Yeah.
One just relaxes.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So, all
right,
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 y'all.
right.
So, what we talking about today? We talking about in-laws, holidays, and bays. It's that time of the season.
Yes.
I know it's for Thanksgiving, but Christmas is among us. New Year's is around the corner, and I know a lot of y'all have new boos and bays, and you may be engaged. You may, be already be married, and you still haven't met the in-laws. Because people do that. They go and get like eloped and get married and they haven't introduced themselves to the in-laws yet. Or maybe you haven't met the in-laws yet or the family because of COVID. Shoot, we are
That's a
still
good
kind of
point.
in a little panorama. And so a lot of people may have gotten married over the pandemic and just haven't met the family yet. So we're going to talk about all of that today. And my good old brother did a lot of research. He's got some good
Ooh, we
stuff.
looked at
So you want
some
to go ahead
good
and
art.
start?
Yo, one of the articles that we're gonna get to, I loved the writing. I just took some keynotes off of it, but the
Uh-huh.
article is actually pretty good. Listen, man, black people are very good at what they do. Okay, they have
They,
just it's creative, it's humor. It's not so when I get to that article, I'm talking about I recommend that you go and check out the article. Maybe I'll find a way to put a link to it in the description, so we can have that out. But
okay.
yeah, man. Let's start off with some general questions, and in the comments, I want to know what y'all think as well. Since we're talking about this in-laws, holidays, and bays, first thing I'm wondering, when is the right time to introduce Bay to the fam? What needs to happen? How long, right? Can you do it after a week? Do you wait a month? Do you wait 3 months? What goes into the decision? So I just want to put that question out there first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all comment. Go ahead and comment and let us know. I know for me, I think there's
Mm-hmm.
levels to the introduction because depending on where you are in life, like if you're young, you're in college or whatever, you introduce the parents, that's like it's kind of like drinking water sometimes. It's like, oh, let's go meet my parents or whatever. And
Good
unless
Lord.
you come from a background where the parents are like, don't bring anybody here unless you don't want us to
Home
grill them.
bring. Right.
Right. But like as you get older, you understand the importance of your family. If you value your family's advice or opinion,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you understand the importance of letting your family and your friends meet your boo or your bae because they may see things that you don't see. So, you don't really want to hold them to yourself. And then if you have children, that may take a little longer for you to introduce because you don't want to introduce somebody too soon.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to
Right.
introduce them too soon because you don't want to do that. And it depends on how old your kids are because that happened to me. So if your kids are really young, introduce them, and then it doesn't work out, then there's going to be some long lasting effects like, oh, where is this person, or asking about them, or where they've
Mm-hmm.
been ever. So I think that those are levels to it. But if you're single, or whatever, and you don't have any kids, it's like you don't want to move too fast. But if you think that you're gonna jump the broom in the next month, I would
In the
definitely
next
want to
month, please,
introduce.
please at least introduce them.
Yeah,
Good Lord. Y'all getting married. Well, you
I
know
need.
what?
Yeah, you need to. You know,
I will tell you. Let me say this. Let me
I
say
think
this.
Christmas and New Year's around a good time. Uh huh.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I did have
Yeah.
to introduce my fiance, which is now my wife, to my parents pretty quickly before we
Mm-hmm.
got married. But that's because we lived in another country. And
Okay.
I only got back to America to visit them, you know, at a certain amount of time. It wasn't quite the same situation. So I had fun with it,
Uh,
because actually what happened was I had a video camera.
yeah.
I shot a video and she was just introducing like, "Hi, I'm Angela. I'm dating Donovan." She's kind of like introducing herself to everybody so that I could play the video for them. And then, at towards the end, and she's like, "I am,
Right.
probably going to be his wife soon. So, I just want to say hello." And so we thought that would be just like a fun way to let everybody do it, because then I could see everybody's
Right.
surprise reactions and all that stuff. And it was months before we got married, but I think because of the circumstances, my parents wasn't like, what? They were more like,
Right.
they got it, they understood. But I have had that.
Right.
I have been the person being introduced several kinds of ways. Very formal,
Good.
very
Yeah.
nonchalant, and one like almost horrifying way. Not horrifying for me, but for the parent. In each situation, um, I've always dated internationally, and so I am like this mythical thing that they're like, "Oh shoot, this is actually coming to my doorstep now." A black man.
This mythical thing.
The first girl, yeah, exactly. The first one, when I was in college, I wasn't planning it, so I didn't even look good. Like literally, I had cornrow. I looked like Mystical in the what was the name of that song? The one where he was in the desert and he had fallen out the thing. He was like, "Danger, watch yourself." I look like him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I look like that. And the girls felt she was Mexican, and her family was like, we're cool with everybody, but you never know how cool you are with other races until you have to face that black man.
Right.
Your daughter and that black man.
Right.
So I'm looking like
Right.
Mystical.
Exactly.
I got a white, like a white tank top, cornrows with beads on the end of my hair, some cargo pants. I look like it's just a New York dude. And her mom, while she was introducing me, she was looking at me like, "Oh my God, are you really doing this right now?" Okay. She was so
Good.
nervous. She started speaking to me in Spanish. I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish." And she was like, "Your mom, he don't speak Spanish." Yeah.
Right.
Then I had it real nonchalant. One time, a girl I was dating, I dropped her off at home, and her dad was there, and so she's like, "Oh yeah, come meet my dad." I was like, "Okay," and it was real chill. I think it was chill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sometimes that particular girl was Wahite, so maybe her dad was like trying to be extra chill. Like, "Hey, dude, I'm not racist. I'm cool. I'm cool."
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's why it was so low key. But I always try to be extra friendly
Right.
on that first meeting. And then when I met my wife's family, man, that
Right.
was real cool. It was more formal. It was like that was an actual holiday event situation. So my friends prepped me. They were like, "Bro, this is real. She taking you to the house on a holiday. Like, this is real.
Right.
So, make sure you're
Right.
cool." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you. So I've had them all. At different times, but I don't know. I'm curious to know what other people think about the time. When y'all think the time is.
Look. I want to point out though, this is not planned, but we are both repping Black people today. I have
Yeah.
my Young Gifted and Black earrings,
Hey,
and you have on your
Black Christian
and that was
influencers,
not planned.
Black
But hey,
Lives Matter.
we're just-
Yeah, dig. Let's go.
I'm on
That means we're really down
Young
for the
Gifted and Black.
cause.
I do not know. Right. I don't remember the name of the company that I got these from. So I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all want to know. I bought this last year at the Jazz Legacy Foundation. It was a vendor. It was a Black man, and he had a whole bunch of stuff. and I don't remember his. I think I have his card somewhere, but I can't remember. That's
Mm,
why I think it's funny though when you go to those events. There's a lot of old heads. I call them old heads, no disrespect, but it's a lot of
mm.
older people who are selling stuff. They haven't jumped on the. Do you have a website or like do you have a
You have a
QR code or
Shopify.
do you
You have
have an
a
Instagram?
yeah,
Yeah, they just have a
right.
like they just have here's my
Some sort of
card.
e-commerce situation. They hit you with the
Right. But
card, the
anyway,
legit
yeah.
card. Mm,
Yeah, it's like the card. Yeah.
yes,
Here's the card. The card with the email and the phone number. Like, okay.
yes, yeah.
But
Hit
yeah.
me on
But I mean,
Hotmail.
dope stuff. Right. But really dope
Dope,
stuff. If
dope.
I find out who it is the next episode, I will let y'all know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. But yeah.
Black Christian influencers
All
on
right. All
everything.
right. So with
Yeah.
yeah. I still rep my Boricuas, but I am black too, y'all. So they see black first before they see anything else. I'm gonna let you know.
Mm,
So
yep. That black is
they
out
do
there.
that. All right.
So
All right.
yeah.
So we did how long?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next? Is the holidays a good time to introduce somebody to your family? That's the next question. Is the holidays a good time for somebody to? I think it is. Why not?
Yeah.
I think because everybody's around. Depending on, I would say this: if you have a big family, that means you're getting a lot of information. You're getting a lot of different perspectives. You getting people filling each other out, especially if you're a woman and you're bringing a guy. Your uncle
Oh
or your
yeah.
brother or somebody can peep him out and say, okay, yo, he for
Let me
real or
holler
he
at you,
not. Because
young
a guy
blood.
knows right, right. A guy knows when another guy is lying about something. So I'm thinking you're gonna do good or whatever. But if you have a really good friend, I think that you have to go into it though saying, okay, whatever they say, if I realize what they're saying is true, I need to go ahead and jump on the truth wagon because
Mm,
sometimes we don't want to hear nothing nobody had to say. Just here he
right.
is or here she is, and I don't care what you said because I'm gonna tell you, my good friend, I had took my youngest son's over there. It's before Jonathan was born. It's before anything. I was like 7 months shy of a divorce. Well, after divorce, it was after divorce. I was 7 months after divorce, and I was in a relationship really fast. And she was like, nope, not him.
Ooh.
Nope,
Wow.
not him. And I was like, oh, I was like, okay, are you sure? She's like, yeah, no, not him. And you know what I did? I still
Still went on.
dated him. I was still in a relationship. I had a kid out of wedlock, Lord forgive me, all that good stuff. And now he is no longer a part of our lives. So if I had listened, but I still have
Could
my
be different,
Jonathan.
yeah.
So it's like the things that balance out about it. I'm blessed to have my son, but I think it's very important for you to really, really listen to your friends, listen to the people who you really value, or your family, when you bring your significant other over during the holidays. Because
Question.
I like it. I think it's what about you?
Do you think there's a difference between introducing them to the friend group versus the family and the feedback you're gonna get from?
Ooh. I think
Like, would
there
you bring
is a
them to the
difference.
Friendsgiving? And if that's not as serious as bringing them to the house?
Well, I think both are serious because if you really value
Mhm.
your friends, if you think that your friends gonna tell you the whole truth, just like your family
Yeah.
is gonna tell you the whole, then I think it can be equal. I think it just all depends. Like your friends may be more like not as like harsh as like your dad or your mom. They're like the
Mm-hmm.
kind of questions that they'll ask, like your dad, your mom might ask, your grandma might ask, maybe totally different than what your friends do. It may be more relaxed. But I think it just all depends on your family and your friends. But I think it may be a different kind of vibe though, because you'll be
Mm-hmm.
around your peers, be around people who are of your age, who speak
Yeah.
your own lingo, and and who has been in those kind of situations probably already
Mm-hmm.
in this time frame, and this, but your parents, they're like, their mind frame may be stuck in yesteryear, and so on how to, and so there may be some other boxes that have to be checked off
You be on
based
that
on
snap book, young man.
what the requirements. Right. Right.
Yeah, now you
So
don't be swiping. You don't be
uh,
doing this all the swiping, and you do that, young man.
right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So
The reason I'll tell you the reason why I
you
asked
should
that,
bring them.
because I remember I dated a girl, and then after the relationship was done, my friends were like, "Oh, I'm so glad you finished." I said, "What?" They said, "She was weird, bro." I was like, "What?" Yeah, we didn't really like her for you. I was like, "And you said nothing for the whole time." They're like,
Right.
we try to respect you, bro. I
Nothing.
was like, hmm, maybe I might have thought differently if you would have said something, friends.
Right. Right.
If that's
Right.
what you want to call
That's not
yourselves.
friends. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I think maybe talking to your friends, your family, and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna bring so and so over. I want you to give me
Mm,
your 100% opinion, when they leave, or the next day, or when I call
they
you."
make out.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes some people, yeah, sometimes some people don't want to hear the truth, and your family or your friends may pick up on that, because they already know you, so they
Mm,
may pick up on, she ain't gonna, she's not gonna listen if I say it anyway, or they may think that, or he's gonna listen
mm,
anyway because he didn't listen before, or whatever the case may be. So I think you probably can preface it like that, like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring over so and so. Tell
I
me
want to know.
100%, before
Hmm.
I down in this rabbit hole of love, and I can't get myself out of it because I done got
Don't
caught
let
up."
me drown, you jerks. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. So you don't want to get caught up in that love Jones, because
Yeah,
it's kind of thick and it's hard. You can't see
right.
when you get caught up like that. Yeah. So
I
all
also
right.
think it
So
depends on the person,
are you a?
the person's personality too. Because if
Oh yeah, yeah.
at the when it comes to the holidays, I too want to be like relaxed. I want to enjoy myself. If I have to do like a babysitting situation, that is kind of more stressful than actually
Yeah.
enjoying the
Yeah.
holidays. So like if you got somebody that's real
Right.
shy and they don't really know your people, and you're like, bro, like okay, I'm
Right.
gonna have to be like, because at my house and with the family, I'm a floater. Like I'll be in these people over here with the dominoes, be there for like 20 minutes, take somebody's chips, roll over to the aunt in the kitchen, be chopping it up with them, go chill with the little kids. I float a lot. So if I got to babysit somebody,
Right.
so just consider that. I'll just tell people consider that as well. So yeah, 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 yeah,
Right. Yeah, because you gotta always keep checking in on them. Are you okay? Are you okay?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
get that big time. All right. So, are you afraid? So ask yourself, are you afraid to introduce your babe to the family? And why?
Ooh.
Like, why are you afraid? So there may be some things that may come up that may make you afraid to introduce your babe to the family. It could
Mm,
be that they have a difference of opinions of religion or politics. They live their life differently than your family or your friends. So you know, there's a lot of like spiritual people out here nowadays, right?
Yeah,
So if
I
you
like
come
that.
from a family that is like, yeah, if you come from a family that's like very like Baptist and like or whatever, and the questions are gonna come like, okay, so do you believe in Jesus? Do you go to church?
Mm-hmm.
And that person might be like, yeah, I believe that there's a higher power, and but I don't confine myself to organized religion, and so that
Get him
could be
out!
like a whole deal, and so you could be you could that could be a
That
whole
could be a deal
deal, you
breaker.
know. So I think it's like bracing Bay for the impact of
Right.
the the I wouldn't say the dysfunction, but of the just the back and forth. Or I mean, you've seen those movies and those TV shows that depict the person coming to meet the family, and it's like they're not what the family was expecting. Like the movie
Okay.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with I know
Woo!
originally it was
Sidney
with
Poitier.
Sidney Poitier, but
Mm-hmm.
the other one was Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher with Zoe
Mm-hmm.
Saldana. So that was a really good one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't remember if she told him that he was, but when he got it, it was like, oh yeah, white boy. So it's like there's some things that can make you maybe not more so afraid, but just a little bit apprehensive, like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna go. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that if you tell your significant other the real deal about your family before they get there, then it's like you don't have to deal with your family and your boo as far as like, oh, you didn't tell me. It's like, okay, your boo already knows. So you don't have to worry about him or her. You just
Yeah.
have to worry about your
Mm-hmm.
family. So I think
You
that could
do. You
make you
do.
afraid. What do you
You
think?
you do want to pay attention to their reaction when you let them know what's up, though. But like when it's just y'all and you're like, listen, man,
Yeah.
my mom is a staunch Republican. She is a part of that organizations, clubs. She was the cotillion queen. She was that. So she is really on that manners and proper society and all that stuff. And if their reaction is,
Right.
I don't know if I can do that, that's flag number one. Flag one, right there.
Right.
So because what, but on the serious tip is like, do you want to put them in that situation too? You know, uh, especially if you have a
Right.
very opinionated person on your hands, not a what they call a hoteps,
Mm-hmm.
but like you got somebody that is quite opinionated, and then your family is on the other side of
Mm-hmm.
that. Do you really want to bring that up at this point? You may not even make it yourself. So yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you probably have to say, hey, look, if they say this, do not go back and forth,
Got it.
don't go back and forth. It is a really good Carol. I really like that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and also like in-laws and stuff. So some of y'all may have never met your in-laws. So at this point, it's like you're married, it ain't you
Mm.
can't get rid of them.
I'm
The
here.
in-laws
What's
are there
up?
forever. It's different when you're dating somebody and you're in a relationship. It's like you may or you may not you may not stay boo or
Hmm.
bae after you meet the parents or the friends because you're probably like, I don't want to deal with them for the rest of my life. But now that you're married, you never met the in-laws and you've gone and eloped and did all that stuff, and now you're meeting them and it's like, ooh, like what the in-laws like, oh, it's because now you're meeting them and they didn't get no approval. They didn't approve your marriage. Some people like to approve. We didn't
Ooh,
approve you
right,
getting married to him, like because everybody feels like they have to have a say in who you marry. So now
right.
you're meeting them and it's all this tension already. So as soon as you walk through the door, it's gonna just jump on you. All of that, all those questions, all of the tension. Ooh, them in-laws.
Yeah, them in-laws. They could be your best friends or your worst enemies.
Yeah, yeah. I just say, just
Yes,
remember, you don't
yes.
have to go home with them. You can go to their house and leave.
You can go to their house
Absolutely,
and
go to their
leave.
house
You can
and
go to their house,
leave. Yeah.
smile.
So what was that article that you had found
Yeah. Okay, so let me go
from
to the
News One?
let me go to the one that was I don't know how many of y'all know about there's a I guess it's a I don't know if it's black owned or for the black community dating app called
Yep, it
BLK.
is.
And okay, so
Oh yes.
they wrote an article, 10 tips for introducing your partner to your family during the holidays. This is fresh. This is November 28th. All right, so this is like a fresh article. Um,
Hey,
and what I want to do,
the
I'll
press.
share all of them with you. Yes, I'll share all of them with you, but I'm gonna share what I've thought was like the top ones for me. All right. First one, straight out the
Okay.
gate, prepare your parents slash family and your partner. Prepare both sides,
Mm-hmm.
right? The worst, they said,
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing you could do is show up with this homie unannounced, right?
Yeah.
This is what the article was funny. He said
Mm-hmm.
the last thing you want to hear at the dinner table is Harpo, who that woman? There you go. You understands me. You understands me. Who this woman, Harpo? Exactly. No surprises.
Who was?
Let's not do the surprises. It's not good for anybody.
Right.
What's your
Yeah. Yeah.
perspective on that? You think no surprises, or is there ever a time where a surprise is good?
Yeah. Not when you're introducing your boo and your babe to your family, your friends, especially if they didn't know. Because now, and then the question is, did you tell your boo or your babe that you did not tell your family or your friends that
Oh
they were
Lord.
coming? Because now it's like, oh, you didn't tell them I was. Because now, why you didn't tell them I was coming? Are you? Because then the question is, are you embarrassing me? Do you not want to be
Yeah.
with me? Do you not approve of me? Do you not love me? All these insecurities come out, even though your partner may have not shown any type of insecurity before then. But when it comes to the family, they're like, wait, oh, why you didn't tell them? So yeah, I think you
Mm.
should definitely tell them. You don't want to show up. Oh, first of all, you don't want to show up, but you didn't tell nobody because they didn't make enough food. They didn't make
Oh
enough food for
Lord.
everybody. If they think they only, and now it's another 11. It's a flag on the play. It's 12 people on the field. Too many people on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Too many people.
All right, y'all. Everybody only
You
take
definitely want
two
to tell.
wings. Two wings. You understand me? Two
Right.
wings and
Yeah.
one
That's just
one
like,
spoon.
when you get a wedding invitation
Mm-hmm.
or a party invitation, they ask you. You got to tell them if you're going to bring a plus one. You can't
Right.
just pop
Right.
up with a plus one and there's no seat at the table for them. Right? So yeah,
Mm.
I agree. No surprises.
No surprises. No
No
surprises. Okay,
surprises.
I thought that was one of my
No
top.
surprises.
Another one. Brief them on
Yeah.
family drama. Brief them on family drama. All right. Let your new partner
Yes.
know. Let them know of any potential misunderstandings, any triggers. Let them know about all that stuff ahead of time. Break down your family dynamics. You don't want
Right.
to get into what movie is it? Was it Soul Food?
You said,
Or I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Soul Food, where the girl married this. The dude used to date the one sister, but now he broke up with her and then and married the other sister. Was that Soul Food? I think it
I
was,
don't know.
right.
That sounds
I think it was
yes.
Soul Food, and but and then towards the end of the movie, after he done slept with the cousin, because he's just been a part of the family so long, they still invited him to come to Sunday dinner, even though he didn't ran through three of the girls in the family, and
Oh,
they're
that
all
makes
yeah.
sense. Yes,
So
yes,
so 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 now, if you're bringing somebody into that situation, you be like, look, man, there's this dude named John.
yeah,
Don't talk to John. If he talk to
right,
you, nod, yes, no, that's it. Don't ask him nothing.
right,
Don't ask him who he is.
right,
He just there. All right. He then slept with three of my sisters.
right.
Just eat your mashed potatoes. Keep it pushing. Let him know. Break the family drama down to him. Like, you ain't gotta tell him like every single detail, but if it's something serious, like for
Right.
example, I give you a real example. In my family, there is someone who had some jail time because of sexual misconduct. Now, I don't even know if that person is uh, back into like how do you say it? Like, I don't know if I don't know if they're to the point where they come back to family functions yet. I don't know if everybody's cool with that yet,
Oh, gotcha.
but obviously this is somebody's uncle or husband or whatever, and so it's like, I got this aunt.
Right,
Don't be asking her where her husband is. All right, just
right,
don't.
right.
As a matter of fact, don't ask anybody about any husbands or wives. Whoever you see there, just that's who's there. That's it. Okay.
Right,
You know, yeah. So
right.
so yeah, there's like stuff like that, you know.
Hmm.
And you got to navigate it. Good. All right. What do you think? What kind of
Don't
dramas would you?
don't pull grandpa.
Yeah, right, right. What would you? Do you have anything to add
Don't
to that?
don't
Yeah.
pull grandpa's Joe's finger.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah. Right, right.
I think like I think you just your family, so you know what they're gonna
Yeah.
say and what they're not gonna say. Um so it's like basically just giving them a okay, look, so my mom is like this. When it comes to this topic, don't even mention it. Because some people, like, as soon as you mention something, a topic, oh, they're like, it just triggers them, and they just like go 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 go. And it's like, don't even go
Yeah.
there because you're not gonna win that argument. So don't even try it. It's like
Don't
stuff
talk
like
about
that.
the
Like
Hebrew
don't mention.
Israelites.
Right. Don't say anything about that. Let's not bring up things. I think
Hmm.
it just yeah. Don't bring up certain things. It just because you just want to have a really good experience. It's like
Yeah.
because I think if this is the first time your family's ever meeting them, you want this to be like really low key. Because if it's
Yeah.
going to be somebody in your life for a long time, there's going to be other events and holidays to bring them to. So if Christmas is the first time, absolutely you want this to be like, oh, this is all about Jesus. We love you. And,
Yes, Lord. The reason for
and
the
keep it like
season.
reason for the season. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay. Here's a good
Did you
one.
have any more favorites?
Yeah. Bring a gift. I like this. I like this. Um,
No.
don't come to nobody's house empty-handed. All right. Here's where it gets funny.
Mm-hmm.
Help them figure out what your parents' interests are or something. You could pick out the gift together and you bring it together. And
Yeah.
actually, I'll tell you a good example of this. I remember. So my father and stepmother, usually we go to their house for Christmas, and her daughter, so like my stepsister, um, she was dating this new dude, and he was there for the Christmas and
Mm-hmm.
everything. He lived there, and he actually bought me something for Christmas. nothing
Oh.
big, but just like
Hmm.
something for me. And it was cool because we're like, we're similar age, so there's a kind of connection that could be there. So that
Right.
was kind of a cool, way to do it. It's like you can find somebody in the family that you um connect with or identify with. And so, yeah,
Right.
he
Right.
actually, it's like it's another young man. He's, young black man. We have some similar approaches, experiences in life. Let me do something for him to connect with him. And that was a great gesture, kind of like all around. So make sure you have a gift. And here's the top part of it. They said, most important, most importantly, do not bring food. We repeat, do not cook a dish for the meal. All right. We don't want no
Mhm.
who made the potato salad. We don't need those situations at these events. You understands me?
Right.
But get something nice.
Right.
Get something nice, something cool.
Yeah.
If you know the dad is really into, like my dad, he at one point, I don't know if he still is, but he used to really love Batman um movies. And so if you got a box set of
Mhm.
special edition Batman things, slide that over to the father. He'd be
Right.
like, "Oh, okay, my guy." So he like, "Hey man, you like root beer I found at Bevmo? The
Right.
special drafted root beer, man. Try this out when you get a chance. I enjoy that." Since it's little
Right.
stuff like that, just to make connection, to show that you're making the effort, right? You make the effort, you good to go.
Right.
Um,
Right.
what? Yeah. What would you
Right.
add?
Hmm. Absolutely. I think it's very important to tell your boo, your bae about your parents' interests and what they like, especially like football. So, like, if you want to get in good with my mom, buy her something that
Mm,
has anything to do with football. Well, it's now the Washington Commanders, but she's a big Washington fan. So, like, a blanket, a shirt, some socks, a cup,
mm,
something that she can use. I think it's very important that you do that. Because that you're basically just sealing the deal. Like, okay, the mom is gonna be on my side, or the grandma's
yes,
gonna be on
get you
my
an
side.
ally.
It's like it's kind of like a bribe. It says like, look, I'm buying you this, so you better be nice. But I mean, it's just a way of saying, okay, oh, they're thoughtful. They really care about my daughter, or they really care about my son. And so because they do, they care about them enough to want to give me a gift, even though they didn't have to.
Yeah,
So yeah. But yeah, definitely. I think that's a really good idea. And I say if you bring food, bring something that's already cooked by somebody else. Like
yeah.
if
Bring a patty
they
pie.
like you were saying about the root beer,
Hmm.
right? Bring a patty pie, or if they like cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, bring that. That's a very expensive gift. A
Oh
whole
yeah.
cheesecake from the cheesecake, that's
Be like,
$50.
you didn't,
They're
you
like,
didn't,
oh,
you
you
didn't
spent a
just
lot
get
of money on
sliced.
this.
You got the whole round.
You didn't just
Okay.
get a slice.
Okay.
You dropped the whole
Like
fifty
you got
dollars
you
on
you
this.
you didn't brought the cardboard. You didn't bring the little plastic thing. You brought the cardboard. Okay. Okay, cuz.
The
Put that
whole
on in the
thing.
back.
You go, okay, you got
Yeah.
yeah, that's those are good. That's good. They go, okay, we're not gonna say nothing bad about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He run the cheesecake.
One other
You
good one
got
I
any more?
thought was, yeah, this is the last one that I'll mention of the ones that I thought was the favorites was well, let me list all the rest of them, and then I'll tell you my last one that I thought was the favorites. Share your parents' interests. We kind of said that. Warn them of your petty auntie. Right? You got them aunties that be like trying to put out all
Huh?
your business. Oh, you the third one this month. Okay, I guess you done made it to the big Super Bowl. Okay, warn them of all that stuff, or if she be trying to cop a feel, she be trying to do her thing. She be like, yeah. She
Mhm.
gonna try to feel on you, bro. Just keep 2 feet from her. Um, help your partner choose an outfit was one. maybe I guess if it,
I can see.
if sometimes the clothing is judgmental, so that could work. And then leave the
Yeah.
PDA at home. Leave the PDA at
Right.
home. When the girl says, "Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
pass me the salt," it is her actual father. It is not you, my sir. Okay, okay. Okay, let's just
Right.
put that out there. Okay, you are not daddy there for sure. Okay, um, and then here's the one that I did want to talk about. Don't leave them alone. All right. Obviously, if you got to go to the
Right.
bathroom, you go step out real quick, but don't leave them
Right.
for long periods of time because while they're an adult and they could navigate it, it still might be awkward because they are just getting to know these people. So, try to, hang around with them. One
Right.
of the suggestions was even like, kind of like, you could like hold their hand or like when you're talking about stuff, you could kind of like touch them and just just things to sort of like relax them to keep them assured that like I know this is my family, but I'm still present with you. Like I'm here. We here together. You're right. Also, don't leave them alone because of that petty auntie,
Yeah.
and they be
Hmm.
sharing all this crazy stuff about you that you don't even want them to know yet. You're still navigating the waters,
Right.
people. So
Exactly.
like they don't need to know about Cancun just yet.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell them when we're ready. Hey, we're not there. We're not there. You got that cousin that used to be wild. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
I
But
agree.
yeah. So those were them.
This
Yeah,
is a
those
good
were the
one.
ones. Yeah. Would you add anything that's not that none of
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
different suggestion?
I would say don't show up late. Don't show up late. And don't try to leave
Mm,
early. Don't try to leave too early. Um, I would also say a good like way to get in real good with the family and the friends is to help out with either setting the table or help out with cleaning up. Cleaning up, oh, okay. Because they're like, you just gonna eat and leave. Oh, you ain't gonna help. They're gonna talk about you
mercy,
so bad. So why
mercy.
not give them a reason not to talk about you? Like, talk about you in a good way. So yeah, so
Yeah.
you go, you're helping out. Um,
Oh, I
I
like
think it's
Bernard. Bernard was
what I was
sweeping the
thinking about when you
back
were
porch. Mm,
right, right. It's like offering over offer your services. Over offer your services to get in good. But I think if your partner has never talked about your family, I mean talked
mm,
about their family to you and they offer, they go, hey, I want you to meet my folks. Mm-mm.
mm.
Don't just go over there blindly. I would say that don't go. You need to ask questions. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy because sometimes, especially women, we get so happy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet his mom. When actuality, like this is like ninth woman that he's brung over there,
Good
and
Lord.
he don't have no problem with over to meet his mom because like that's just who he is. That's the type of relationship they have. Yeah, some people don't have value. Don't put any value on meeting the family. It's like, oh, you're just meeting them. Whereas
Just
some
the
people
one.
do. I think it's a big deal when you're meeting the family because that means, oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right, this is somebody that you want us to see, whatever, right? So, yeah, so don't just get so caught up in the fact that they want you to meet their family that you don't ask any questions because
Right.
you don't want to go over there blindly at all. Yeah, and yeah, and I think when you're meeting someone's parents or family or friends early before you really got to know the person that you're with, that can also be like a, a bulldozer of your relationship because they're going to tell you so many things about your significant other that you don't know.
Oh
Oh, did they
yeah.
tell you about that time when he was in high school and so. Oh, did that time that
No, no, no.
she wanted to be a boy and
Really?
she shaved off our head because she
Wow. I
and she
thought
and she
I thought she
wore
just was pulling
all
it back.
she went in granddaddy's closet and got
Oh,
all his clothes and was walking around. I mean, you just don't
okay.
know. So make sure you tell your significant other all your
Right.
business. I mean, if it's too soon and you're not ready to tell them, then maybe you're
Right.
not ready to have them meet your folks. If you're not
Exactly.
in a position where you want to tell your boo or your bae, all the stuff that that is in your closet that you have not shown yet, then maybe they shouldn't meet your folks yet. So, because
Yeah.
as soon as they meet your folks and your friends, all that's
Something
coming
coming
out.
out. Something coming out. On that drive
Something is
back,
out. Definitely.
I was talking to Aunt Francine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You robbed a bank before, huh?
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Right. 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 Right.
Okay.
Also, consider this. I just thought about this. If you have talked bad about your boo or your bae to your family or friends, just know they're gonna already receive them in a negative way. If you like, oh, he don't ever be calling me back, he don't answer my text, he be leaving me at home, or she be doing this and she always spending my money and she don't be answering, blah blah blah. She don't ever give me no time. And so you've complained to them about her or him, and then you bring them around
That's a
them.
good point.
Oh, they're gonna be giving some side eyes that day. Side eyes. So that's why it's very important that you don't do those type of things to your friends or your family.
You'd be like,
Don't tell your business or what's going on to your friends and your family. Because as soon
don't
as you do,
tell
they're gonna
them.
remember that stuff. They remember it. Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them she said filet mignon. Don't tell them. Don't share that. Lasagna.
Or that she asks, is there really chicken in the sea?
Oh
Like,
wow.
what was her name? What is that? Is this what was that? What was her name? Jessica Sims? She was like,
Oh,
why they call the tuna chicken of the sea? Is it like really chicken?
is it chicken in the
That was
sea?
hilarious. But
Yeah. Right.
That's so funny.
Right.
So funny. You got any last tips you want to say?
Yeah, man. Okay, so we talked about the dating realm, but you know how you also talked about when you're actually part of the
Right.
family, and you still may have a little rough patch, but you in there. You
Right.
in there now. So there are website Gottman.com, man.
Right.
And listen, what I actually got Gottman. I did a training with one of their things through one of them. What I love about Gottman method of like counseling and all of that, relationship counseling, those kind of things, they are for real. Like they don't try to like water down. They don't sugarcoat nothing. They like, no, we understand that relationships be ending in divorce sometime because of this kind of stuff. So we finna tell you how you can prevent that by dealing with the realities of the situation. So one of the key points from this article, it was Gottman.com. It's called How to Navigate the Holidays with Your In-Laws. And they explain, says every marriage is a cross-cultural experience, regardless of whether people are from different or the same culture. They come from different families, and the family they create is a brand new culture that has never existed before. So you really do have to consider the dynamic that like you and your partner, you have your own families, and there have been cultures that have developed within your family. But now that you are your own family, married with your partner, you all have your own culture, you have your own way of thinking. All of those things are a part of the situation. All of those things come together in the same kind of like melting pot. So here are what I think were from that article, the top 3 suggestions on how to navigate those waters, right? The first one, your partner comes first, right? So you can start prepping for the situation before you even get into the mix of things, right? You can begin a conversation with your partner, talking about the things that you have anxiety about when it comes to meeting, and what is it? When it comes to going over your in-laws' house, right? You can actually talk to them prior. It's like, I know in a couple of weeks we finna be over there with the family. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about, so that you understand what I'm comfortable with, where it's kind of shaky, and then there's a couple of things that for me are non-negotiable. Like, this cannot happen. If this happens, we have to have some sort of plan on how to deal with this. All right, because you and your partner need to be on the same page when it comes to how you deal with those interactions, right? You and your partner have got to be supporting of each other first and foremost. So that first one, I think, is the most important. Is you got to put your partner first. If you put your partner first, that's key. That's the top thing. Yeah, that's my first one. Let me get to the next one here. Right, the second one. Don't try to make everyone happy. Do not try to make everybody happy. One reason, it's not possible. You cannot do it. There is not a way to make every single person happy, okay? You have to be yourself, and that is who the family has to get to know. I like how they talked about it in here too, right? They said don't be a people pleaser, but don't think that you need to filter your actions to the point that everybody else's need come before you. You got to be yourself, and you need to let the family get to know you the very same way that your spouse got to know you, because you're now in a relationship with them. All right. They need to actually understand who you are. You're established in the family. It's not that you're finna be kicked out and that you're not a part of the situation. You in there, you part of it now. So their responsibility is to get to know you. Your responsibility is, to be yourself. So don't change who you are. Don't be a jerk, obviously, but don't change who you are. Be who you are, so that you can naturally melt, become a part of the mix of the family. All right. Very important that you keep that up as well. Then my third one here, and I really like this one. Have an exit plan. This where I talk about the Gottmans being real. All right. Have an exit plan. I love this. Right. If your partner comes from, for example, a high conflict family, they always fight, everybody's arguing, debate, and you just cannot deal with that. Make sure that before you go to this event, you have an exit plan. All right. You can how did they say it? They said you can get an A for effort. You went there, you tried to engage, right? But it is not your responsibility to subject yourself to extreme discomfort, situations that put you in that are unhealthy for you, that are abusive for you, where you literally feel like you could be anywhere else but that, right? If you need to, you create yourself a phrase, a code word, something, where you can get out of there. You be like, boy, it's getting late, and your spouse knows, yes, it's getting late, but really what you're saying is, if we don't get out of here right now, I'm gonna rip Samantha's head off. All right, it's getting late, Frederick. It's getting late. All right, you know what that means. You
Right.
do what you got to do. All right, because the problem is, many people feel that dysfunctional and abusive family dynamics are just something that you have to endure, like you just have to go through it. But the truth is, you do not have to go through that, right?
Right.
Especially if you're in the
No.
family, like you might want to, like, you might feel like you have to endure it if you're trying to get in there, right? If you're trying to make the roster. But
Right.
you married, you have established your family. You do not have to subject yourself, even if you are trying to make the roster.
Right.
You don't have to do that, but you may try to sacrifice more as a way to kind of prove your commitment to the person or whatever. But yeah, nobody should subject themselves to any abuse or anything that's really like uncomfortable for them. You got to get out. Don't let it happen. So those were my top 3 tips. They had other tips like check your expectations, like, don't expect everything to be great when the relationship isn't. If you know what the relationship with you and Uncle Jack is, then don't do it. I actually have a friend I was talking to about, probably about a month ago, and we're talking about it, as the holidays come up. They have families that are very, like, socially and politically strongly leaning right wing leaning or whatnot, and they themselves as a family are completely the opposite of that, and it got to the point where they couldn't really have a conversation with them anymore. And so they just decided, holidays, we're not going. We know what it is. We're not trying to make it something it's not. We're not going. If you find that you're in the middle of that, where you feel like you can navigate, another suggestion they give you is pick your battles, right? You don't have to give a counterpoint to everything Uncle Jack says, right? Maybe if there's something that's light and it could be a little discussion, have that. But if it's something that is about to silence the whole room, just eat your pie. Just eat your pie until it's time to go. That's all you got to do. All right. And then another one that they gave that I think is good was nurture your relationship. So think about all of your actions beyond that event. How will they have implications on what you're doing with your actual relationship, right? Is you getting in an argument with your partner's parents on a regular basis? Is that actually going to be good for your relationship moving forward? If you always withdraw because you're uncomfortable from a certain person or whatever, like, just think about how you move and operate in these things. It's not so much walking on eggshells. It's just being conscious about how you can on the things that you can do that will help your relationship grow. So yeah, those are basically the tips that they gave that I think is pretty useful for consideration. Here goes Sean. What's up, bro?
Hey, Sean. Hey, Mom. That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So these are we hope that you all got some good tips from what we talked about today, about introducing your boo and your bae, when you should do it, if you should do it.
Mm-hmm.
You take into consideration, if you're single and you have children, you got to think about that. So if it's real early, if you just met them last week, maybe not. Uh,
It ain't time. It ain't
but
time.
just think about it. I mean, think about all those things. Yeah, and then when it comes when you are in a relationship and you're married, um, like you said, put your partner first and pick your battles and adjust your expectations, and just remember at the end of the day that your relationship needs to come first, and that you have to make sure that you put that bubble around y'all so that other people won't try to infiltrate that, because people will try to loves company, so they'll try to poke a hole in something that they think that is not solid. So it's very important that y'all have a plan. It's like you got to do a huddle before you go. All right, this is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're not gonna do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I don't know, give each other a code word like pineapples. Time to go. Pineapples,
Mm-hmm.
or my stomach hurt, or something like that. Let's get out of here before.
If they come walking out the room, pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. All right, y'all. It's been great. Lovely blessings on you. Okay, we'll see you at the New Year's prayer breakfast. Right.
Yeah. I'll see you later. So I do have a quote when it comes to meeting somebody. When you meet someone for the first time, that's not the whole book. That's just the first page. And that's by Brody Armstrong. So I think that's very important. I think that's very important outside of meeting the family or friends or whatever. That's just in general, and meeting anybody, that you're just seeing that one person for the first time. It's not, you don't know everything about them. You may have heard things about them, but again, it's not all of them. And it just makes us, it reminds us that we need to give grace. We need to be a little more forgiving to one another, and that we should not come from a place of judgment as soon as you meet someone. Come from a place of, I want to get to know this person. So I'm not going to pass any judgment on them, because I don't want anybody to pass judgment on me. So remember that when you meet somebody for the first time, you're not meeting all of them. You're meeting a little piece of them, maybe a chapter. Like they said, the first page. You might even be meeting just a title page.
Right.
Not even the first page. Because depending on how long company, you may not get a lot out of them, or you may not know more about them at that time. So so just give people grace, get to know people, say, you know what, I have the opportunity to get to know somebody that I've never met before, to say, and not bring any kind of judgment. But I will leave that with that.
Yes, indeed.
Our scripture today.
Okay. John 13:34. It says, "A new command I give you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another." I love to just emphasize the fact that everything should come from a place of love. Like, my kids are not old enough where they're bringing, little friends around and whatnot. But when they do, I'm going to try to remember how I felt when I was the person being introduced. So I'm going to try to be welcoming and inviting to the person. Like, I'm going to say it's up to them to make me not like them. Right. I'm going to just start from the position of, all right, let me not be skeptical. Let me just try to come from a place of love, try to really get to know them. Hopefully maybe they'll feel, they'll feel comfortable in this environment, and that can help, for them to be better as well. So, we put a lot of pressure on the person that's coming, but I think some responsibility should come on the family as well, because you are representing your family. Now, if your family is a bunch of jerks, then that's also not a good representation, right? That person is not going to want to connect in that way. So let's make it mutual. Let's make it a good time for everybody, right? Let's practice that mutual love for each other. I think that was a good way to go.
Exactly. That's really, really, really good. In the scripture again, can you read it? I didn't hear
Oh,
all the way
yeah,
because I
yeah,
didn't have it
yeah, yeah.
breaking
Let
down.
me. Okay, yeah. Let me read it again. It says, "A new command I give you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another."
Awesome sauce, y'all.
Oh
And
my
basically that
God, Sean.
ties in with the
He's talking
quote
about when you need to
that we should
leave.
not, what do you say? Oh yeah, Arnie different.
Yes, yes. Back to John. Sorry.
I know. I know, Sean. It's weird. We were doing really good, and then it just started acting weird. And it doesn't matter what part of the house I'm in. It just weird. I think StreamYard wants to.
Yeah, they try to get
So
us to
they
upgrade.
don't want us to be on the free.
They don't want us to be great unless we upgrade.
But yeah. So unless we upgrade, I don't know. But thank you, Sean. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody that came and got on the train with us. We need to give y'all a name. Y'all lovers, our lovers. All the lovers in the house say ow.
Ow, ow. That's fine. This is a big love fest.
Oh, he said until he came on. Yep, it's your fault, Sean. I was good. We were good, and then they let you in.
That's right. This is your platform. You could get back at him for dissing you on the comments on Just Therapy.
I know. Exactly.
Hard.
All that
Sean's
just my typos.
Sean will diss you and then invite you on his podcast. Good Lord.
And then, hey, yeah, exactly. That's what friends are for. Podcast friends. But yeah, so thank you so much, you guys, for coming and joining us today. Thank you, lovers. Thank you for coming up and pulling up on this love train with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, you guys. So just make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Don't just watch us, but also subscribe. Also like the videos. Also share them. And because we go live, when you go on our YouTube channel, just let people know they have to click on the live tab, and you'll see all of our live. So all the live all the videos that go live are on the live tab, and all the pre-recorded are on the regular videos. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today. We you can hit us up on the Instagram at The Way Love Goes Pod. You can send an email at thewaylovegoespod@gmail.com. And we are so happy. And again, we hope y'all have a great and wonderful day. If you're listening to this on this Friday, have a great weekend. If you're not, have a great day. Enjoy your week. And all those good things. And until next time, we will again show you the way
love goes. Right.
Bye, you guys.
Right, guys.
The way love goes. See y'all.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Peace out.